Your cat has never once thought of you as a human being, not in the way you might assume, anyway. They haven't looked at you and thought, ah yes, a person. They've looked at you and thought something far more interesting than that. And once you understand what they actually see when they look at you, the way you read every single interaction you've ever had with them quietly changes. Let's start at the beginning. When cats encounter other cats, they have a very specific set of behaviors. They approach cautiously, they posture, they read body language with extreme precision. They almost never make direct, prolonged eye contact unless they mean it as a threat. And they rarely, if ever, meow at each other. Adult cats essentially do not meow to communicate with other cats. They use body language, scent, and the occasional chirp or hiss.
Here's where it gets interesting. Your cat meows at you constantly. They make eye contact with you and then slowly blink. They press their head into your hands. They follow you from room to room. They bring you things. They sleep on you. These are not cat-to-cat behaviors. These are the behaviors cats reserve for one specific relationship in the wild, the relationship between a mother cat and her kittens. To your cat, you are not a human. You are not a pet owner. You are not even a friend in the way we understand friendship. You are their parent. Behavioral researchers who have studied domestic cat communication for decades have noted something remarkable. Cats do not significantly change their core social behaviors when they are domesticated. What changes is who they direct those behaviors toward. And when a cat chooses to live with a human and genuinely bonds with them,
they slot that human into the closest available category their brain has, the caregiver, the safe one, the one they were small around.
Think about how a kitten behaves with its mother. It vocalizes to get attention. It headbutts to mark and connect. It needs to feel secure. It follows without being asked. It sleeps pressed against her because that is where it is safe. Now think about your cat. You may have noticed that your cat only really meows when directing that sound at you. You may have noticed they need your blanket or your stomach with the focused expression of something ancient and comforting happening inside them. You may have noticed they follow you into rooms they have no practical reason to enter, or that they watch you leave with a stillness
that doesn't quite look like indifference. That is not random. That is a creature who has placed you in their innermost circle using the only social framework their neurology has ever trusted completely. And here is the quiet part that most people miss entirely. Cats are not naive animals. They are not domesticated in the same deep genetic way dogs are. Dogs have been shaped over thousands of years to need human approval, to read human faces, to want to please. Cats have not. A cat's brain is still fundamentally the brain of a small predator who trusts almost nothing and almost no one. When a cat bonds with you the way a kitten bonds with the only creature standing between it and a very large and dangerous world, that is not something that happens automatically. It is not something that happens because you feed them, though that helps. It happens because somewhere, in the accumulation of small, quiet moments, your presence registered as safe. Your rhythm registered as familiar. Your smell became part of what home means to them on a biological level. They chose the category they put you in. And the category they chose was not the owner, not a servant, not a large, strange creature who controls the food. It was the one who keeps me safe when I cannot keep myself safe. There is a version of love that does not need language. That does not perform itself or announce itself. That shows up in the specific way a cat sits beside you when you are sad without you saying a word. In this way, they slowly blink at you across a quiet room, which in their language is the most complete sentence they know how to say. I am not afraid near you. You are not their human. You are something older than that, something that bypasses every layer of modern life and lands somewhere much quieter. You are home, and they have been telling you that every single day in a language you are only just beginning to understand.